Hey guys, I want to give you a quick tour of the pizza finishing area. Now of course, the setup in your specific location might vary, but I just want to give you a quick overview. So the first stop when the pizzas come out of the oven is onto a cooling rack. Our dough is super wet on the inside, and that's one of the things that makes our dough expand very quickly, is that the water boils up inside the dough, pushes its way out, and causes all those bubbles to expand. Well, just when it comes out of the oven, that process is still continuing. There's still water inside the pizza crust that's boiling off, and that is trying to exit through pores in the crust. If I were to take a pizza and put it directly onto a plate and take it off 15 seconds later, I would find that water had collected onto the plate just in that short amount of time. In fact, we used to take pizzas and put them directly on a pizza box and leave the box on a counter. 20 seconds later, you pull the box off, and the water has gone through the box, out of the pizza, through the box, and is now on the counter. It's crazy how much moisture our pizzas hold. So you want the pies to go onto a cooling rack right away so that the moisture can evaporate out the bottom without affecting the sogginess of the crust. And any toppings that you're finishing, you're adding arugula to the pie or grating hard cheeses onto the pie, you can do most of that work here. Obviously, consult the specific videos. There are some exceptions to that. But as a general rule, we try to add the finishing ingredients while it's on the cooling rack to give it extra time here and less time in that crucial hot phase on the plate. So we simply have a sheet pan with these little inserts. Okay? Next up is we have our plates. Now the thing to know about the plates is the plates have to be super dry. If they come back from the dishwasher and there's even the slightest bit of moisture, then you have to take a paper towel and wipe them off. For the exact same reason, we shame to let the pies cool on the cooling rack and then dump them into even the tiniest puddle of water. What a waste that would be. Okay, next up is we have our hard cheeses. So we have our Parmesan and our Manchego, and we have a cheese grater. Then we have our arugula. A lot of our pies are finished with arugula, so we have a nice little bowl of it there. Then we have our cutters, and our cutters are color-coded. So the red ones are for the red pies. The white ones are for the white pies, such as the cioccolata and, of course, the olive caper. You wouldn't want to get red sauce onto the white pie. Once you cut a red pie with this, you cut a white pie, it's going to look a little bit funny. Then we have this cutter here. The black one we use for the yellow pies. If you actually have a cutter that was color-coded yellow, I guess that would be better. And that includes pies like the gnocchi, the caramelized onion, and the fontina mushroom. The final one here is the green one. This is used for fish. So if you're, for example, doing a clam and mussel pie, New Haven clam style pie at your location, then you would use this one's designated for allergies and things like that and prevent cross-contamination. That one is designated for fish. Next up here, we have lemons and a lemon squeezer. We have a big container here. You can either use a squeeze bottle. Of course, it's much better if you're using like a beautiful decorative copper container that matches our oven. This is filled with olive oil, of course. Then following on up here, we have another little squeeze bottle that has oil for our sun-dried tomato calzone. That's the ultimate calzone that has the sun-dried tomatoes inside of it. Then we have honey. This is if your location is doing the Dolce pizza. Not every location is doing that, but the Dolce pizza is a great one, and that's the honey for it. We have a black pepper mill. And then we have our herb caddy. And an herb caddy has salt, thyme, oregano, and parsley. Now, it's super important to note that this is not chopped. These leaves are pulled off. They're hand-pulled off of the stems. That way, they still have integrity. Once you cut these leaves in half, all the aromatics that are inside begin to evaporate off, and they lose their flavor in just about 10 to 15 minutes. So we try to pluck off the leaves whole, and then we only break them apart as they're going right onto a pizza. The oregano leaves the same, and the thyme the same. Okay, what else do we have up here? We have our printer for our orders and our computer here for expoing the orders. And over here we have a sink. Now, even if we didn't have the sink and the soap here, we would still have these paper towels somewhere because the paper towels are crucial, remember, for drying off those plates. And the final thing that we have, the most important thing that we have, the bell to get the runners and the servers to come running at your command. Thanks, guys. That's our expo area.